In this video, I want to show you this clay that I picked up from Walmart.com. It is Sculpey Ultralight. This is going to be my simple solution to lightweight armature for making necklaces and stuff, making jewelry. I didn't want it to be too heavy, but if I wanted to use larger pieces, I still have the freedom by using this stuff. This is an 8-ounce bar. This too is an 8-ounce bar of Sculpey Premo translucent. You can pretty much get any of the standard colors in these 8-ounce bars, but this is the typical size that they are. They're roughly the same thickness, but that's where the appearance stops because this goes on a little further. This is possible because the material in this clay has a far less density than the material in this clay. It's so light it floats. Flexible in thin sheets, won't crack in large pieces, can be sanded and painted. So it has all the same features and principles of normal polymer clay. It's just ultra light. But I can tell you right now, it is ultra soft too. So I'd like to open this up and take a look at it. It's my first time seeing it, so I figured I'd share it with you. Comes in a nice little sealed pack. It's very, very white. I can later put this in like a Ziploc baggie or something. Wow, this is very, very soft material. Surprisingly soft. It's about 74 degrees in this room, so I've never seen any kind of clay, polymer clay, that would be this soft. So I'm already going to assume that this is a type of material that I'll have to form up these beads, bake it to get it hard first, then work with the cane slices and stuff. Almost would have to. But I just wanted to feel it and see how it looks here. This is actually pretty neat, and it feels very, very light. Now a while back I made a little video of hollow bead cores. This is very light too, and it's super, super strong. I mean, this could hold a lot of weight. It was the thinnest setting on the pasta machine using a 2-part epoxy sculpt. But that's a very expensive material, and it wasn't very practical making that stuff. This, however, seems very, very practical to me when I can just grab, use my system on how to measure the clay and match it up to whatever design I've got going on. I can bake these off for maybe 15 minutes or so to get them hard, and then do all my cane work on top of this. But super, super soft material. I mean, that's very almost like foam or something. Okay, here I made a few beads of different oddball shapes just to try this out. I'll have to make a note that these were extremely difficult to form up because this stuff is so fragile. It's like soap bubbles almost. Like foam, working with foam. Extremely, extremely soft. Can this be used to make a necklace? Yes, absolutely. But each bead will have to be hand sculpted, pretty much like you would expect, I guess. But anyhow, this is just a little sample of various beads you can make. Next I'll bake this for probably 15-20 minutes because none of these are really thicker than a 1/4 inch, except maybe this guy right here. So 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes at 275 degrees because it follows the same temperature requirements as regular Sculpey and Super Sculpey Firm. So let me bake this really quick and see how it feels and how does it sand and stuff like that. Okay, so I just got them out of the oven. These are completely cold. I baked them for about 25 minutes. It's a little bit longer than I probably should have. I just wanted to be sure that they were not underbaked. And I let them completely cool. I'm going to sand them and see how well they sand. I only have 400 grit sandpaper. I'd prefer 180 right now, which is, it just cuts a little faster than 400. But let's take a look at these and see how they turned out. It feels relatively hard. There's no real bending in it. It's pretty stiff and rigid. but as far as the weight, this feels extremely light. I also still have the metal stuck in there, so let me get those out. These come out pretty easily, no problem. So these would make great armature cores to jewelry. You would just take and cover this with your beautiful cane work, whatever that may be, or solid colors. And then when you're done with the overall piece, it'll be a lightweight necklace. Okay, now I want to check and see how well this sands. Like, is it it says you can sand it and drill it and do all this other stuff like you can with normal polymer clay. And I would want to do this anyways to get my surfaces, you know, in order. They're kind of unruly right now. Another trick that you can do is kind of spray paint this black, lightly mist it, so when you're sanding it you can tell what's sanded and what's not. I'm not going to do all that right now. I just want to see how this looks. Or how it sands, rather. Keep in mind this sandpaper is almost going to cut so slow. It's not going to cut very fast because it's 400 grit instead of 200 or 180. I don't know if this part kind of seems like it's not really worth it, but it is. The flatter this surface is, the easier it'll be when you're putting your cane slices on. Okay, I like the way it's filling, sanding this. Feels like any other material that I'm just cutting away at. I would say this is pretty much even and ready for cane work. I don't want to sit and just try to break one, but then again I should do a test to see how durable this stuff is. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to see if I can break this with my... Oh wow, it's pretty... That's really nice. I think that's pretty nice. It's relatively strong. So, gosh, it weighs nothing. Almost nothing. It's almost in danger of floating out into outer space. I'm going to go ahead and try to break this larger one. In all fairness, it's a larger piece, so it'd be easier to snap in half because I have more torque. I'm able to do more torque. So I'm just going to... I'm doing this very, very hard, by the way. That is very amazing. It didn't snap or break. It just bend. It says it bends in thin slices, you know, in thin sheets, but it bends even at this thickness. This is extremely valuable in the world of polymer clay. Like, especially when sculpting and stuff, you don't want things to shatter if they drop or whatnot. This is great material. Super intrigued about this. Let me know also, I was thinking, what would this material be like mixed in with something else, like maybe Super Sculpey? If it's too loose, what if mixing a pound of Super Sculpey with like 8 ounces of this Ultralight, what would it do? Would it help would it give it some strength? Would it I know it would make the overall weight of the sculpting compound a little lighter. Curious to see what you guys think about that. Would you mix this with other clays? And if so, why? Let me know. Okay, so I like it. I like how this feels and how it sands. I do not like, however, how soft this material is when working with it. Once again, I'll show you really quick. This is super, like, I mean, you can see how that would present a challenge. On one hand, it would present a challenge, but then again, on another hand, it could open up a whole new possibility for different type of techniques because it's so soft. So it's depends on which angle you're looking at it from. Super curious to hear what y'all think about this stuff, and look forward to me using this in a video. I'm gonna make a full-on necklace using just this material and some kind of caning material on top. But that is pretty much it for this video, guys. I really appreciate you for taking the time to see this. This is just like a first look of this type of clay for me. It's been out for a while, but I'm just now getting around to getting it, and I wanted to share that with you. I hope you don't mind. Looking forward to hearing from all y'all guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and until next time, I will see you here again soon. Thank you so much for watching.